Hello everyone and welcome to another episode or edition of my weekly wear series here. I am so excited to finally be filming this video. This has been a very anticipated launch. I have got the new products from Juvia's place here and I am very excited to test them out. They just came out with a I Am Magic line, so it came with a couple tools and then the foundation and concealer. The I Am Magic foundation, it is $20. You get an ounce of product and there are 42 different shades. The Juvia's Place line and company as a whole, it is a Black-owned beauty brand, so that's great. It just means that a lot of their products are more catered to the people of color community, be it super deep skin, dark skin, and medium skin. Granted, they still do have products for lighter and fair skin, but I just feel like they focus more on deeper skin tones, which is totally okay. That is any company's prerogative to do as they please. So, you know, they start off with the deepest shade and then they go on into the fairest shade. The shade range of this foundation anyway still does look pretty dang good, but like I said, it is more concentrated on the deep colors and the medium colors of skin, but there are still some options for lighter skin and fair skin. They say that the foundation is specially made to be long wear and giving all day, long day, all day wear. That was my word blunder. They worded it much more nicely. Much nicelier. A lot of the shades right now are sold out. I had to choose a shade that I'm not exactly sure it's going to be great for me, but it was the closest thing I could get, and I know you guys really wanted this review, so I figured I could stick with a color that wasn't completely right, but who knows, maybe it will end up being great for me. I got the shade that is in the name of a place that I know I'm going to pronounce incorrectly. It's in Puerto Rico. The Spanish pronunciation is Maricao. Did I pronounce it at least semi-decently? I had never heard of this place before, but there we go. Learning a little bit of geography here, which I have admittedly never been the best at. But then the concealer is $14, and just like the foundation, you know, starts off with the deepest shade going on to the lightest shade. There are 24 different shades. Looks like we've got a good range of colors here. I got the shade J22, so hopefully that works for me. They say that it's just gonna give weightless coverage and it's good for all skin types and tones. So yay, I don't see any application instructions for either of these products on Juvia's Place's website, so I'm just gonna go for it the way that I typically do. So let's go ahead and hop on over to my natural daylight setting and then we can start putting this on my face, covering up my smattering of blemishes that I've got going on. Alrighty, so here it is, the Velvety Matte Foundation. Let's see, you guys. It just comes in a little squeezy tube. I love the coral color. It is very pretty. Gonna be trying that out with a brush and a sponge. And then we've got the I Am Magic concealer. Again, I've got the shade number 22. Ooh, this is a lot lighter than I thought it was gonna be. I love how chubby this is though. Very cute. And then it's got the same coral color, so nice and matchy match, but you can see in comparison to the foundation bottle, this is a honkin' concealer tube. Here's my face, lovely blemishes and all. Oh my god, it looks so much worse on camera. Ugh. But you know, this is my life right now. Let's all be nice to each other, yeah? Okay, so this concealer, nice. Nice big doe foot. My face has been washed and moisturized. And here we go. Let's see how this does. I'm thinking a little's gonna go a long way, but I'm really basing that assumption off of absolutely nothing. So, did I mention I'm not wearing a primer? First day of testing, no primer. Just to see how these products do on their own. And yes, we are getting good coverage with this. It's got a pretty thin consistency, honestly, especially given how much that's actually covering and taking away the red color from all of my blemishes. So that's great. Yeah, it doesn't feel thick, it doesn't feel cakey. The little definitely is going a long way. Boom! Who is she? I don't know that you would want to know who I am if I went out like this, but alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and shake up this tube of foundation. Oh, you guys, I am so scared. Oh, Juvia's Place. Look at that safety seal! I'm a fan. Now, the moment of truth. Oh, please, color, please be at least work withable for me. Oh, that's actually great. Pretty sure it said that this was a neutral shade for light skin. Trying to go light on the foundation here. Didn't use all of that just because it was, you know, a little goes a long way. Okay, no, this is way too light for me. That's my bad. That's really my bad. I was going based on the, well, first off, I was going based on what was available online, and then also based on, you know, what kind of skin color they said. Light skin, and also based on the model that was wearing the foundation color, and the model, at least, that they had in this picture, she looked tan compared to this, so I don't know. I don't know how true to life the models and swatches are. Maybe I'm just going crazy, but I mean, I think I can work with this. It's not the lightest shade I've ever tried, but I could have done with something deeper. Because I feel like all the shades that were deeper than this one were on models that had either Asian or Indian type heritage, and typically in real life, people with that kind of skin color typically are deeper than I am. Not by a ton, but definitely by a lot, and certainly have much more olivey and golden complexions. So that's why I didn't pick any of the shades that were deeper than this one, but shoot, guys. And I still have a lot left over. I squeezed out a lot, apparently. But let's see how this does with a sponge. I do think it blended out surprisingly easily for a full coverage foundation like this. I really didn't have much, if any, problems with it being streaky on the brush side. Yeah, brush and sponge, I think both sides did just fine, so that's cool. Some of my blemishes are peeking through, so I'm just gonna use the rest of this foundation that I have on my finger just to see how and if we can build up the coverage. Not that the coverage is low to begin with, but let's see how far we can push it. And bam, that is some coverage for sure. Try blending it down my neck, but there's really only so much I can do with all of these chins going on. No, whatever. I think as you can see, I was able to get a lot of coverage out of this, which with the state that my skin is in at the moment, thank God. It certainly looks like I'm wearing foundation, you know, that kind of the territory of full coverage foundation like this, but I think overall it doesn't look super heavy or cakey or anything on me, so I feel comfortable with it. So far, it feels lightweight, I'm pretty sure, you know, nothing too much else I can report on, so I'm just gonna leave it at that for now. I'm gonna go and put on the rest of my makeup, and then I will be checking in with you all so we can see how this is going to be doing for the rest of today. So, see y'all in just a second here. Ready? Ding! Alrighty, my friends. I just got back from carpooling. I came to my mom's so that we could go to my step-siblings' place. One of their places and the other step-sibling was there. You know, just a communal family gathering. How about that, yeah? And now I am home, and I'm in my car. Well, I'm not home. I'm at my mom's place. Does anyone care? It's been a while. It's been a hot day outside. We've been out walking and running around with little children, and yeah, it's been about, say, 6 hours here since I put the foundation on. Yeah, we've definitely got some separation, to say the least. I mean, it looks like the foundation is still on, but especially, like, in my mouth lines and stuff, it has separated, and I am starting to feel quite greasy. Surprisingly, to the touch, it feels quite powdery, but it is wiping right off. Let's see how we do with the blotting paper. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, she was oily. It was time. It was definitely time. But yeah, looks decent. It looks like it's a bit separated and prominent in my nose pores at the moment, but overall, all things considered, I think it is looking okay. So, I'm gonna get on with it, and I will see you all at the very end of the night. Ready? Ding! All right, my friends, it is the end of the night. I am ready to especially take my contacts out, but overall, I'm just excited to go to bed here. Had a super good day. Days with family are always good days. And the foundation, you know, looking at it, I mean, it doesn't look great, but it's not the worst I've ever seen on my face. It's just, you know, the fact that it is super duper separated in my oily spots. It's gathering up in my pores, especially on my nose. It has completely wiped off in some places, like around my nose. And overall, it just doesn't feel great. It just feels like I'm wearing foundation, honestly, but you know, there was no primer. So, I am not giving up hope. I am hoping that with a primer, these products are going to do great. The one thing that I will have or say that this has going for it is that even though it does transfer off onto my fingers like really, really badly, some foundations, when they do that, it just feels greasy and like it's gonna slide off and transfer everything. This has a nice powdery feel to it. Like it feels really soft and dry and smooth, like not dry in a my skin, it just needs moisture. It just feels like a nice powdery, soft, dry freshness. So that is that for now. I will see you all tomorrow. Well, in reality, I'm actually going to see you tomorrow, the day after tomorrow. But what is today but yesterday is tomorrow? That's like one of my favorite lines from SpongeBob ever. It made me think so hard as a child. Anyways, I'll see y'all in just a second here. All right. Hello, everyone. Good evening. It is the end of the night. And I do wear my emotions on my sleeve, don't I? At the end of my journey with this Juvia's Place I Am Magic collection, I've got some stories to share. So, you saw day one? Moving on to day two, I decided to try it out with my Smashbox Primerizer Primer. I did go ahead and try using a concealer brush with the concealer, since you guys have asked me to try it not only with my finger but also with a brush for application. I really liked the finish. I mean, I do really like that concealer brush as well, but the finish was really good. It was nice and thin, but still full coverage, nice and lightweight, you know? Like, I just thought the concealer applied really nicely with a brush. I liked it. And then I went ahead and just used a pea-sized amount of foundation because I thought, okay, maybe I just used too much on the first day. Well, that pea size was more than enough for my full face. I didn't even use the full pea. I went ahead and stippled that on with a brush and then blended it out with a sponge. And, you know, it looked pretty much like it did on the first day. It definitely looked like I was wearing foundation, you know, like a full coverage foundation tends to look. But I thought it still looked nice. It had a nice matte finish, and it didn't look horrible for a full cover foundation. However, at about only 3 hours in of wear, Cassie of the past has some things she would like to share with you all. Past Cass, over to you. Hello? Oh, Cassie of the future? Wow, good to hear from you. It's been a while. I just figured, you know, I should tell you guys some things. Cassie of the future already knows this, but Cassie from the past wanted to inform viewers of the now about how these things are doing on my face at the moment. I've only had the foundation and concealer on my face today for about 3 hours, not quite 3 hours yet, and it's not like I've been doing anything. I've just been editing a video, so nothing strenuous has been going on with my face. I'm already starting to feel quite oily. It doesn't look super oily. I will give it that credit. At least I don't think it does. But we are at the point where even a little touch and we are getting all of the transfer. I'm barely touching my face. So let's blot. Alright, so not awful, you know, in terms of seeing the oil here. I feel much better. Did also forget to point out the creasing under the eyes with the concealer. It's just kind of something I have to deal with. It's looking a little cakey in some areas already here, but I don't know. It's definitely gathering in my nose pores like it was yesterday. Not as bad, but granted, like I said, it's only been a few hours here today. So yeah, all right, Cassie of the past. I'm out for now. I'm sure I will see you in the future, and also as a past tense self again. It all gets very confusing, but essentially I'm sending it back to future Cassie as of right now. So that was unfortunate. And then just all throughout the night, the rest of the night, it was transferring all over the place on my fingers, even with just the slightest touch. It was feeling really mask-like. You know how it just feels like you've got foundation sitting on top of your skin, like it never really blended into the skin. And I could not wait to get that off of my face. Like it was one of those foundations where you're like, can I please? I still wore normal bras, and you know that feeling when you get home and you're like, all right, time to take the bra off. Yes, victory. I guess for me now, it's like, all right, time to take the pants off. Victory. It was like, even before that, no, this is the kind of foundation where I want the foundation off first, and then we can get to the pants. That says a lot, at least to me. So day 3, today, I was not going to give up. I tried it out another way, not only with a different primer. I went ahead and used my ultimate primer, the Guerlain primer, and then instead of using the foundation as a foundation on its own, well, I did go ahead and do the concealer as well, just like the previous day with a brush. Loved the finish once again. Then I went ahead and mixed the foundation. I decided, you know, I don't like this as a foundation, clearly, but I might like it as a mix-in, you know, for some of my not so full coverage or not so matte type foundations. So I took one of those not so full coverage foundations. I took a BB cream. Granted, it's a Korean BB cream, so it does have quite good coverage, but not completely full coverage or anything. And so I went ahead and I mixed the two of them, slapped it on my face, and hoped for the best. And truth be told, initially I really thought, you know, it looked nice on my skin. I didn't think it looked terrible by any means. It had the same kind of, you know, like a foundation look on the skin, but a nice matte finish, and, you know, good enough. Looks like foundation. Great. About 4 hours into the day, I was already starting to feel like this foundation was a mask again. So frustrating. And you can see, like, just barely touching my face, it wipes right off. And especially in my nose pores, it had already settled into the nose pores like this foundation apparently does, at least for me. Really not cute. And even now here at the end of the day, like, it is just, I am greasy once again. You know, earlier in the day I blotted and everything, but still I am an oil slick once again. It has been wiping off all night, and just, I don't like this foundation, you guys. I really don't, and I'm sorry. I do like the concealer. That is the saving grace of this review, is that this concealer seems to be fantastic. It does crease underneath my eyes, however, it's really nice coverage, looks really natural, and from what I can tell, the concealer definitely sticks around all day. So the concealer, I would highly recommend. The foundation, however, I mean, you guys have heard my personal preference, but let's go through some more slightly unbiased pros and cons here. Starting off with the pros, super extensive shade range. That's great. Like in the beginning, I'm pretty sure I said I didn't think that the shade range went too light. Like, it seemed to go light, but not terribly, and it looked like there were only a few options. Well, based on the fact that this shade is as pale and white as it is, I've got a feeling that the shade range is actually really nice and very inclusive overall. Also great for people who enjoy them is that this is a super full coverage foundation. If you like that full cover look, not messing around, not playing games, you might want to check out this foundation because it is very full coverage with very little product used. But that being said, it blends out really easily and really nicely. It's not like it takes a ton of effort to blend out and look, you know, as natural as possible. And also, I do like the finish of it in terms of it feeling like a soft powdery finish. Like, it's just nice. Yeah, it feels heavy and it's transferring all over the place, but I like this feeling a lot better better than like a thick, gloopy feeling foundation where it feels like sludge or something on your face. You know what I mean? But the cons, oh, the cons. This foundation transfers like absolute crazy. Maybe it is just me, but I tried it with so many different primers, no primers, mixing it with things, using more or less, and no matter what I did, this transfers everywhere and it doesn't quit. It transfers all day with the lightest, slightest little touches. It's really unfortunate. I also find, I'm not sure if this has to do with oils or what, but it settles into my pores really, really badly, especially on my nose. So if you have larger pores, this might not be great for you. If you do have oily skin, this is one of those foundations where the minute you start to get oily, the foundation starts to feel really heavy and mask-like. Before that, it feels fine, but once the oils come through, oh, you just want to wipe it right off your face. And I mean, granted, the transferability of it kind of makes that very easy to do, but still not a good feeling. And because of that as well, it's really not good for glasses wearers. If you have glasses like me or just a face shape like me where your cheeks touch your glasses, the bottoms of your glasses a lot, you will get the foundation transferring onto your lenses all day. All day. So there you go, you guys. There was my review on these new Juvia's Place I Am Magic products. I'm sorry I couldn't give it a complete glowing review, but that's what I do here on my channel, is I am just here to show you how the products worked and how I felt about them. You are allowed to make your own decisions. You know, if you do have a different skin type or something than me, you might want to check this foundation out. I can just say with my experiences with it, I'm never going to reach for the foundation again. But like I said, the concealer, I'm absolutely going to continue using and I'm happy to have it. So I hope this review video was helpful for you all in seeing whether or not you want to try out these two new products from Juvia's Place. I don't have a discount code. I'm not an affiliate with them, but there are a lot of influencers here on YouTube who do have a code. So if you want to get some percentage off, I used Nikki's code, Nikki Tutorials. She's the one person that I think of when I think of Juvia's Place affiliate codes. So anyways, that being said, let me know in the comments down below how you feel about these two new releases from Juvia's Place. Have you tried them? Do you want to try them? Excuse you, phone. If you have tried them, what's your skin type, skin color, and how did it work on you? Did they have a shade that worked for you? All that good stuff. I love to cook up a nice casserole of comments with you all in the comment section down below. You can also let me know if you enjoyed this review and found it helpful by leaving a comment down below, or else by giving me a thumbs up down below, or you can do both. I would really appreciate it. And if you're new here, hey, hi, hello, how are you? You can go ahead and subscribe. You can tippity tap that notification bell down below. Become a member of my casserole family here on my channel. I'd love to have you here. And as always, I just hope you guys are all doing well. And until next time, just stay well until then. Bye!